Hey y'all, it's Ayanna. Welcome back to my channel. Before we get started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow me on all my socials at _ringbells on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Y'all, I know it's been a little while, but I was running around for Thanksgiving, work, school, and it's just been a lot over the last few days. So my bad. I am recording this video Sunday night, and I will do everything in my power to make sure I get this video up to y'all. And as promised, y'all will get a girl what's tea tomorrow night as well, until I can get, caught back up with trying to give you guys, earlier story times and content and stuff like that. So my bad. But as you can see, y'all like my hat? Y'all like my hat? This is my best friend's line, y'all, and I'm gonna show y'all the bag. Let's just say French Fly Designs. I don't know where my fingers are. French Fly Designs. And if y'all like it, go show her some love. I will link her Instagram in my description box below, and let me know what y'all think. But without further ado, this is a story time about the time I was drugged. Yeah, always a movie, right? Let's jump right in. All right, y'all. So you already know, gotta give y'all the background, gotta set the scene. So this story takes place a few years ago. Not even, when I say a few years ago, a lot of years ago. I was like in my early 20s. So this story was like a while back. Now, around this time, Star, if y'all don't remember Star is one of my best friends, still very close to this day. But if you don't know who she is, y'all gonna have to go back and watch some of my story times. I mentioned her in more than a few, so y'all gotta go back. Now, around this time, y'all, Star and I, if you know, we met in college, but neither one of us was in school anymore at this time. She actually had moved out and was living with her boyfriend. Now, I told y'all, Star only lived like 20-30 minutes away from the college we went to. I lived about an hour, 20 minutes away from the school we went to. So she had moved out and with her boyfriend, and they would live like still in the same town that she, lived in. But at this time, her and her boyfriend had already been together, like 2-3 years. So I already knew him, right? Just got to give y'all, the background. So Star hits me up, and it was the weekend. And you know how it be, y'all. When you're used to seeing your friends at school, it's easy to see them all the time. You're close to them because you see them. Obviously, we lived at school together, so we were like this. But, school's over. I go back home. I'm working. She's doing the same thing. It was very hard for us to get together as often as we needed to. So, yeah. So, we probably went, I want to say it probably was like 4 months, 5 months at this point. Because, just working and life and just trying to get everything figured out. It was just a lot. But we had promised each other, let's get together and do something on a weekend. So we okay. So we made plans for this particular weekend. She hits me up and she's like, what you doing? I was like, girl, nothing. So she was like, I want you to come down. We should find something to do. We don't got to really make the plans until you get down here. But let's just come down here. We can drink. We can have fun, smoke some trees, and just see where the night takes us. So I'm like, all right, bet. Your boyfriend cool with that? She was like, yeah, he not worried about us. So I was like, okay, bet. Y'all, so Saturday comes, I get in the car, I start making my way down to Star's house. This is my first time at her apartment. So I get down there, she's showing me around. It was nice. It was nice for, just them two being their first apartment. So I'm in there. So she was like, yeah, she had a big old sectional couch. So she was like, you can sleep on the couch. He's not going to bother us or anything like that. If you want, I can sleep out here with you too. I'm like, yeah, girl, I'm not really tripping. We shared a bed, foot to toe, head to head for a long time. So y'all, I wasn't tripping. So she was like, all right, so what you want to do? I'm like, well, what do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you want to do today?
I don't know. What do you want to do today? So she was like, well, I want to get a bottle. You want to get a bottle? So I'm like, yeah, bet. So her boyfriend at the time, I don't even think he was there. Does he need a name? I don't want to keep saying her boyfriend the whole time. Jackal. And I'm going to name him Jackal only because I was watching Cheetah Girls the other night. I was watching Cheetah Girls the other night, and y'all remember Jackal from Cheetah Girls. He was the producer that was trying to all around the world, and we go all around the world. Yeah. So we'll just name him Jackal. So Jackal, he wasn't there at this point. I don't know if he was out with his friends, out whatever, probably doing something since he knew that I was coming to visit, and he wanted us to have our own time. Because y'all know how it be. She can't really talk about what she really, really want to talk about. Y'all know how it be. So she was like, yeah, let's go to the liquor store. So I'm like, all right, bet. So we get in my car, boom, we ride to the liquor store, we get wraps, we get a bottle of Henny, because I don't know why the hell we were still drinking Henny back then, y'all. It was before Don Julio, Actifulio, and before tequila and all of that became, popular. So we got this big ass bottle of Henny, and we get in the car, we come back to the crib. Y'all, we start taking shots, we start playing cards, and just catching up, just having a good time, rolling up. And before we knew it, it was probably already like 7:30, and then Jackal was coming back in. So he was like, oh, hey, what's up, and he's like, what y'all got planned for tonight? So we like, that's crazy, we didn't even really plan anything because we just been over there vibing. Now, y'all, the funny thing is about me and Star, we weren't the type that always had to go out. Now, when we were in school, that was obviously a different animal, a different environment. But when you have your friend, that cousin, that best friend, that group of friends, whatever, sometimes even your boyfriend or your girlfriend, you might not always have to have a reason to go out and party. Sometimes y'all just chilling on a couch with some wine, with some liquor, take some shots, play some cards, listen to some music, watch a movie. You don't necessarily have to go out. And I wish we had just done that. So he was like, yeah, what y'all got planned for tonight? What y'all want to do? So we're like, oh, we ain't even think about it. So I'm asking her, I'm like, Star, what you want to do? She was like, oh, you want to go to, and I don't want to give the name of the restaurant away. So we'll name it The Den. Like from Moesha, I think that's what they called it on Moesha, The Den. So she was like, well, let's go to The Den. Now, The Den was on the campus of the school that we went to. Because like I said, she was only like 20-ish, 25 minutes away from the school. 20, 30 minutes away from the school. So she was like, oh, we could go down there. Y'all, the bar, it was like a restaurant bar, but it would turn into like a club, obviously because it's on a college campus, on the late night. So we was like, okay, bet, like, cool, we could do that. So she was like, all right, well, we don't got to really leave out because we don't get lit down there until like 11, 12 anyway, so we could just leave out at like maybe 11:30 or something. So I'm like, cool, that's fine with me. So we continue our night, now Jack was with us, he's playing cards with us, and then he would run out to go handle some. He would come back, and then we was all drinking together, tipsy. Now, y'all, at this point, the bottle was probably like, and I don't even remember because it's not a fifth. What's the bigger than a fifth, y'all? I don't even remember. It was like the really big bottle. Y'all, why was probably like this much left. Like out of that big old bottle, it was probably like this much left at the bottom, right? So I was lit. So she was like, damn, like, you sure you want to go out? I'm like, girl, I really don't care. She's like, I didn't want you to come all the way down here, If we, I didn't want you to come down here and we not go out. I'm like, Star, how many times have we linked and we've been in the house? We have more fun with each other in the crib versus going out. Like, we don't have to go out. Now, if you want to go out, she's like, I mean, I do. You got a cute outfit. So I'm like, all right, then we go out. So at this point, it was maybe like 10 o'clock or so. And then her friend / coworker hit her up. And we'll name her Venus for the sake of the story. So Venus hits her up and she just FaceTime her. She was like, oh, what you doing tonight? And she was like, oh, my friend Ayanna actually came down to visit. What you doing tonight? And she was like, well, I don't really have no plans. Like, if y'all was going out, like, if your friend don't mind, like, I'll come too. So Star asked me, and I was like, no, I don't mind. Like, she could come. So she was like, all right. So she was like, girl, just pull up. We pre-gaming anyway. And, we'll go from there. So she was like, okay, cool. Now, at this time, y'all, Jackal wasn't there. We pretty much was running out of liquor. So she tells, what's her name? I just lost my train of thought. Venus. So she tells Venus, like, oh, girl, bring another bottle or whatever. But you don't got to get a big bottle. Just bring something so we could sip on it so we could get ready. Because that, Henny, we was going to kill that. Me and Star used to run through it. I can't do that now. I can't even dream of doing that now. Back then, y'all, I was an alcoholic. So boom, she brings the bottle, and now, I'm meeting her. She's like, oh, Venus, Ayanna, Venus. So we get to talking and everything, and y'all know how it be like, oh, girl, what's your sign? What's this? What's that? Y'all, she was a Capricorn like me. And not only was she a Capricorn, y'all, her birthday, the day before mine. Me and Venus was like this ever since then. So, what's her face? Star is like, oh, wow, I really forgot that y'all actually are Capricorns and y'all was that close. Fun fact, y'all, too, right? So Jackal, Star's boyfriend, his birthday was the day after mine. So I'm like, Star, you really love you some Capricorns because your friend, this day, me, and then your boyfriend all in the same timeline. It was crazy. But yeah, so we get to talking, we playing cards, and, she was already dressed. I was like, I'm not going to dress up too crazy because, it's not that type of vibe. But then again, y'all, that's just me. I'm one of those, they be like, oh, dress regular. What's regular? I'm gonna dress how I want to dress. It is what it is. So we get to vibe and we taking pictures, pre-gaming, everything. Now we lit. Now Jackal comes back and he's like, do y'all want me to take y'all down to the den? And we like, nah, like, it's cool. Like, we could just catch an Uber and we'll catch an Uber back. And then we was like, if anything, you could come get us later on if you want. But we know we're not sweating it. So he was like, okay, cool, have fun, be safe. We're like, okay, cool. So y'all know we still sitting there, we smoking, and then Venus calls the Uber. Uber gets there like 5 minutes. We go downstairs, we get in the car, and y'all know we vibing. Nothing really eventful in the car. We make our way to the campus, to the den. We go inside. Now, it wasn't really live yet. Like, I want to say we honestly got down there maybe like 11:15, 11:30. It wasn't super live yet. So we go in, but the restaurant part was packed, but like where they turn it into a club, like the open bar. Well, not really open bar, but you know, it got the bar. It wasn't really seats at the bar. Y'all get what I'm saying? It was just a bar counter with a dance floor, strobe lights and stuff. But that part had a couple of people in there, but not yet really. And y'all, I honestly want to say this. It was cold outside. I know that. It had to be at least around November, December. October, November, December, somewhere around there. It was cool. So I was just assuming like maybe, you know, a lot of people just wasn't trying to be outside. A lot of people wasn't trying to, you know, be around. But I'm my own party. I'm gonna have fun regardless, right? So we come in, the waitress, we'll name the waitress Lily because Lily did play a part in this story time. So waitress Lily was like, oh, you know, can I get y'all seated? And we like, yeah, can we sit? Because we wanted a booth, but she didn't have any booths available. So she was like, well, there's no booths available yet. She's like, if y'all want to go out on the terrace or the patio or whatever, and, you know, I could bring y'all a drink. Y'all could just stand out there for a little bit until the table is ready, and then I'll bring y'all back in. So we like, okay, bet. That was like maybe, he was outside maybe like 10, 15 minutes. So we outside with our drinks. We taking pictures and stuff. And she comes in to get us. Now, y'all, how do I do this? Y'all know I like to give y'all the visual of how it was set up. So say the patio, we're on a patio. You know, they had tables and stuff out there, like high top chairs and tables, and they had like the stand up heaters and stuff, and then they had it like closed in. Not really like everything was closed in, but you know, like the little gate around it was closed in. So you would go back through. It was a glass door, so you go back through, and then you know how you have like the register and stuff right here. They have like utensils to register, and you walk a little bit ahead. To the right was like, you know, a little walkway with more tables and stuff, and then where she was taking us was a little bit past that walkway, and it was the first table right there, like right off the walkway. So as we're walking in, she's like, you know, y'all can come on now. So we're like, okay. We walk in. So she's like, oh, is it cool? You know, what did y'all plan on doing for tonight? You know, just making conversation. She was cool. She was a college student, you know, trying to make a living. She was a waitress. So we were just like, you know, making conversation with her, you know, nothing too crazy. But as we're walking in, y'all know how you can just hear loudness, but not like loudness of a crowd, but, you know, just like a specific group of people being loud and rambunctious. Yeah, that's what we heard. And you could tell it wasn't girls. It was just boys. But that's just a note that, like I said, when I'm trying to be aware of my surroundings, it's just something that I heard. And like I said, right past that register, down that little walkway, probably one of the tables over there had people there that were being a little bit louder. So I'm looking and I'm like, Now, the waitress Lily was like, yeah, I know. She's like, we've been having a little bit of problems with a table over there all night, but, you know, don't worry about it. I'm not even going to sit you guys over there. So we're like, okay, cool. She sits us at the booth that we wanted. Now, my back is toward the walkway. So you got the walkway, right, to lead to the dance floor. You got a bar, you got the kitchen, everything right there. So I'm sitting on this side, and you got the table, and then Venus is sitting next to the wall. I'm sitting next to the wall, and then you have Star sitting next to the wall, and Venus sitting right next to her. I gotta make sure I shouldn't have named her Venus, Star, Venus, whatever. So yeah, Venus was sitting on the outside next to Star against the wall, and then I had the whole my side to myself. So I pretty much just had one leg up, one leg down. So she's like, you know, what can I get y'all to drink? So at the time, y'all know I was drinking Long Island's. That was my drink of choice back then. I probably low-key wouldn't touch a Long Island today, but you know, it is what it is. So she was like, yeah, I can start you guys off with that. So I think, I was about to say that girl name, Star had got like a cranberry juice and vodka or something like that. I don't even think she got that. Maybe a Henny and Coke. Because she did like cranberry vodka. Y'all know I be trying to remember people's orders, but it'd be a little too hard for me to do that. So we was drinking Henny, so I'm going to assume that she got like a random Henny and Coke or some type of Long Island mixed drink or something. I don't really remember. But we had... yeah, our first drinks wasn't the same. So we all had kind of got that. And Venus got something very, very simple. I honestly think she might have been the one to get the cranberry and vodka. And I was right. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Y'all, a lot of the details, like I said, I was drugged. So a lot of the details are a little hazy to me. But I didn't have time to reach out to Star to get more of the details because she's on vacation right now. And two, I couldn't reach out to Venus because Star and Venus are no longer friends. So... yeah, it's just me. So, yeah, I think, what's her face? Venus had like a cranberry and vodka, and then Star had the Henny and Coke, and then I had just got a Long Island. So she brings our drinks over. y'all know how it go. We just start laughing, we talking, but we're lit. And I don't even think we got food because before we had left the house, Jackal was like, I'm gonna order y'all pizza and stuff and some wings so y'all can have that when y'all get back home. Now, we was like munching on like little stuff that she had in the house just so we had something on our stomachs, but we didn't want to eat. I don't know why. We always love to eat, but at that day, we just didn't. So we didn't have no food, so she brings us our drinks, so we just sitting there chilling. Next thing you know, that little loud, rambunctious group that I was telling y'all about, we see them making their way to our table, and guess what it was? It was 3 men, of course it was, right? So they walk over to our table. Can I say they was cute? No, I don't really. And I'll be also honest with y'all, I don't really remember what they looked like. But I know I wasn't checking for nobody at that time. I was single. I know Venus said that, you know, she was like on and off with her baby dad, and she wasn't trying to get too lit anyway because she had to go back home to her son, and obviously Star had Jackal. So we were just checking for them like that. But, you know, we're not going to be mean. We're still going to try to, you know, not necessarily entertain a conversation, but we're outside, you know, why not? So they come over to our table, right? Now, y'all, obviously y'all can't see my leg, but you know, you got one leg on the floor, and like I said, I had one leg in the booth stretched out. So they come over, and we'll name the leader. It was 3 of them. We'll name the leader Tyson. It's the first name that came to my head. So we'll name him Tyson, and he was just like, oh, you know, how y'all doing? And we like, oh, you know, we're good. So then the next one, we'll name him Floyd. The third one don't really need no name. We'll just name him the third one. So Tyson and Floyd. So Floyd goes, oh, can we sit down? Can we sit down with y'all? So I looked over at them 2 across the table, and we're like, no. And they was like, oh, my bad. You know, we respect it. You know, they was like, yeah, no, y'all single? Y'all got boyfriends? And we all pretty much just said, yeah, because y'all know how it be. That was back in the day before men started crashing out trying to unalive us, right? So we were like, no, I can't say that. Let me take that back because, yeah, how the story's going to go, they probably was trying to unalive us, right? So they were like, okay, yeah, you know, we respect it. We just wanted to see, you know, how y'all was doing. You know, it's a little dead in here tonight, and wanted to, you know, help show y'all a good time. So then Star's like, you know, help show us a good time. Like, well, he was like, you know, just give y'all some entertainment, you know, some conversation. So Venus goes, you know, how old are y'all? So they're like, oh, well, we're 21. Now I remember that clearly. They were like, oh, yeah, we only 21. So we like, y'all go to school here? They was like, yeah, now mind you, they was like, do y'all go here? We were like, no. Right. So, yeah, so we're like, yeah, no, we don't go to school here. We like, how did y'all know about this place? And they were like, oh, one of our mans used to go here, so, you know, he not around right now. We going in his room a little bit later on, so we just down here, you know, killing time, you know, just chilling or whatever. So they're like, oh, so y'all never been here before, y'all knew? So we like, yeah, you know, wasn't trying to give them too much information, right? So they like, yeah, you know, we be around. We used to go to parties at such and such. And we like, oh, word. And they were like, yeah. So we were like, yeah, us too. But like not Venus, because she didn't go to school there. I know Star met her at their job or whatever. Obviously, now we're in adulthood. She met her at work and stuff. They've been friends for like a couple months. So they were like, oh, you two went here? We were like, yeah, you know, we pretty much were roommates. We lived at such and such. And they were like, oh, so y'all familiar with the campus and stuff? And we were like, yeah. So you could tell like the third one got a little shifty. Like he kind of like dropped his gaze. Like he was just like a little weird. But again, I'm lit because y'all remember I'm sober now telling y'all the story. Obviously when it was happening, we were way more drunk, way more peeping stuff, but not really peeping stuff. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, he dropped his head, like dropped his gaze or whatever. So they like, well, what y'all drinking on? Now mind y'all, I was sipping, but that drink, by the time, like I said, I'm telling y'all the story, I'm telling y'all the not fast version, but the amount of time that was actually going by, they were probably standing there for like 15 minutes. It don't take us that long to kill no drink. So our drinks were done. So they were like, oh, can we get y'all a drink? Like, let us buy you some drinks. Now, this is not my first time ever, y'all, being out and, you know, men ask, boys, guys, whatever, ask to buy me or my friends, cousins, whatever, a drink. So we like, okay, cool. So the leader, Tyson, he stays at the table. So he looks at the other two. He was like, oh, come y'all go order them some drinks. So we like, well, why they got to walk away? He's like, oh, because they have to order it from the table. And the waitress over there, she's a B word. And we not trying to, you know, deal with her or whatever because she low-key been trying to kick us out all night. So we like, why was she trying to kick y'all out? He's like, she's saying that we loud or whatever, and was trying to say we wasn't spending no money. Like, we like, well, where y'all spending money? He was like, yeah, we got to order a wings. Like, we got our drinks or whatever, but we finished now. Like, we a little lit, so we're not trying to do too much. So we like, okay, fair enough. Not trying to really pry or care. You know, a free drink is a free drink, right? So the other two walk away, and Tyson's still standing there. So Lily comes over, and she was like, yeah, you know, can I get y'all anything? But she was looking at Tyson like disgusted. So we like, oh yeah, we're fine for right now. So Tyson goes, oh, did they order the drinks yet? So she was like, who? He was like, the two guys I was with. She was like, no. So he was like, well, I want to order them, like all three of them a drink. So Venus, thank God, Venus was like, no, I'm good. She was like, I already had too much to drink, and she just lied. But she was just like, yeah, I gotta drive us back or whatever. So he was like, okay, bet. So he was like, I'm just getting 2 drinks for them two. So Lily was like, oh, okay. So she walks away, y'all. About 5 or 7 minutes or so goes by, right? 5 or 7 minutes goes by. Next thing you know, Floyd and boy number 3 is walking back with 3 drinks. They come back, they put the drinks on the table. So we like, oh, okay, like that was fast. But then Venus was like, well, I told y'all I didn't want to drink. So they were like, oh, no. Like, when did you say that? Like, we ordered it with the waiter. So Tyson is like, wait, I just ordered the drinks too. So as he's saying that, the waitress Lily is walking over, y'all. Hope y'all keeping up. The waitress Lily is walking over. She has the 2 drinks that Tyson ordered when his other 2 friends walked away. So now there's 5 drinks sitting on the table. So we like, okay, well, shoot, me and Star looking at each other like, well, we about to get lit now, y'all. Again, I don't remember how the hell I was drinking like this. So Lily comes back, and now they are trying to like make a big deal. So they were like, wait. We didn't order all of this. And she was like, yes, y'all did. And if y'all ordered it, y'all gotta pay. And she's like, if y'all don't want to pay, y'all gotta go. Like, straight like that. And we looking at each other like, me and the girls were looking at each other like, what the hell? So they were like, well, what you mean? So she was like, well, we told y'all have to order from the table. She said, I was nice and I let you order right here because you're ordering it for the ladies here. She was like, but he was like, but I asked you, did they order? She's like, they didn't place the order with me. They placed an order with another waiter. Now, mind y'all, she was their waitress. Why would y'all not wait for her to come to the table to order the drinks? Why would y'all flag down another waiter, which is what I'm assuming happened? Flag down another waiter for him to come to the table. He put y'all drink order in. Y'all didn't hear Venus say she didn't want an extra drink. So that's 3 drinks. And now there's 5 drinks in here. So we like, okay, well, y'all can have them, and we like, Venus, you sure you don't want one? She's like, nah, I'm cool. So, what's her face? Star took 2, I took 2, and then there was 1 left, right? So we start sipping. Now, we could tell, like, I don't want to say at the time you could tell, because it wasn't like you could tell by the color or the taste or anything. It was more so like you could tell the 3 that they first put on the table were like right here, and then the 2 were right here. You get what I'm saying? So we left one of the third ones that was for her like away, like that was for Venus, like we pushed that one away. She took 1 from the group of 3, and we both split the 2 that was ordered by Tyson. So at that point, Venus was like, do y'all want to just sit down? So they was like, yeah. So Tyson ends up sitting next to me, and the other 2 were just pretty much standing by our table. Like, it wasn't a big deal. So we start sipping. Now, I was already lit, y'all, right? So Star was lit too, but she wasn't giving me no weird looks. I wasn't giving her any weird looks. It was just like, a regular situation. We talking, we making conversation. They like, so, what y'all doing after this? Like, what y'all got planned? And she was like, oh, nothing. I got to get home. I have a son. So, I'm going home. I'm going to drop them off or whatever. And we like, yeah, like, we hungry. So we going back to the crib. And we were going to, like, go out, like I said, y'all, to the little club side. But it was so dead. Like, where our table was, if you peeked around the corner, you could see the dance floor. It was like 20 people in there. It just wasn't live enough. So we were like, nah, we lit anyway. Like, I don't even feel like, I was getting tired. I was like, nah, like, we could just go back. So Star was like, yeah, bet, like, we could just go back, eat food, because Jack will already have food for us, and then we was just going to vibe, watch a movie, smoke, and go to bed. So that was our plan. So they was just like, oh, okay, we probably going to a party or so after this. So they like, y'all sure y'all want to go to the party? It's a party on such and such a street. He was like, y'all said y'all used to party over there a lot. So we like, yeah, but we good. Like, we not really on that. Like, we trying to go home. So they were like, okay. So at this point, y'all, they were giving a little bit more pushy, but they were still pretty cool until boy number 3 goes, how are the drinks? How are the drinks?
That's weird.
So at first we were like, yeah, they're good. Y'all, both of us had finished both of the drinks that they bought us. Finished them. I know y'all probably like, you never supposed to drink a drink that somebody brings y'all. Y'all not wrong. Y'all can eat me up in the comments for it. I'm cool. Y'all not wrong. This whole situation, listen, I knew we were tripping. It was definitely us. So we had finished their drinks, and at this point we started sipping on the other one, right? So we pretty much, the ones that the Lily brought us, it was like maybe 2 of them. Now, mind y'all, she comes over to us, like comes over to our table, and she's looking at them, and she was like, the waiter put y'all tab on the table, and there's like, you guys aren't sitting there or whatever, and you guys need to, go back to your table. They was like, why are you giving us a hard time? Started snapping on the waitress. She was so sweet too. They was like, why are you giving us a hard time? Like, we over here with them, da da da. Like, you could just bring our table over here, let somebody else sit over there. And we're like, oh, well, we're going to be leaving soon anyway. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, so the waitress, Lily, is like, y'all not at y'all table. Y'all got to pay this bill. So she puts the bill, like, brings the bill over there to our table, and she has the bill laid out. So they looking at the bill. Tyson's looking at the bill at the table next to me. And he's like, I told you we wasn't paying for all of these drinks. Like, I ordered the 2, they ordered the 3. And she was like I told y'all, if y'all not paying, y'all got to go. So they're like, well, we're not paying it. So she was like, okay, be right back. I guess she went, talked to the waiter. So me and Star, we got our little drink. So we just like, minding our business. So Lily comes back with one of the security guards that be outside IDing people, once it hits a certain time. So like, okay, y'all gotta go. It's been too many complaints about y'all. It's been too many complaints. They like, what complaint? So they was like, you need to pay your bill or you gotta go. So they paid for the 2 drinks. They didn't pay for the 3 and tried to walk out. So we don't know what happened. We ain't stand up. So they walked over there. They was escorting them out. And then she was like, after she got them out of our vicinity, she was like, are y'all cool? Was they giving y'all a problem? We were like, no, like they seemed fine. Like, they were a little, not annoying, but they were just there. Like they wasn't really giving us no issues. She was like, okay, well, let me know if y'all need anything. She walks away. At this point, I started feeling like real tired, like real tired. And granted, y'all, when you drink, you can be a little sleepy, right? But we were like mad tired, like to the point where Star is sitting across from me at the table, and she was just like, and Venus, we were both doing the same thing, me and Star. So Venus was like, y'all okay? So she was like, wait, hold on. So she starts looking at the drink. So mind you, me and Star, we didn't finish the second one that Lily had brought directly to our table. Neither one of us had finished that one. And then you had the third one still sitting on the table from that group of 3, right? So we're looking at Venus, and she's like, wait, hold on, y'all. So she takes that drink and she puts it up against our 2 that we didn't finish yet. And she was like, y'all's are so much darker. Like, and we like, what you mean? She was like, look at this one and look at y'all too. And we like, no, like it's fine. Y'all. She was like, no, y'all, I feel like they put something in y'all drink. So we start panicking. We like, nah. Like, they ain't put nothing in there. Girl, you tripping. Like, let's just call the Uber so we can get out, right? So she was like, okay. So she calls the Uber. But we were so lit, y'all. We were stumbling. And that's why I say it started getting real foggy at this point. So she was like, literally had to call Lily over to get both of us up so she could walk us outside. So she walks us outside to the front, and she was like, okay, maybe they just need some air. So they were drinking a lot or whatever. She's like, were y'all drinking before this? So the security guard is asking us, and she was like, yeah, we were drinking Henny at the house, and then, they had these drinks. So security guard's like, maybe they just need to sleep it off. And she was like, I mean, okay. So she calls the Uber. We're sitting in like the, not lobby, but like the little foyer area where they have the benches lined up for like the waiting area. She calls the Uber. We're sitting there. People are walking in and out, but like we really like this, like looking like fiends for real, just like slumped. So Uber comes, and now what's her face? Venus is walking both of us out. She puts us in the car, but as she puts us in the car, you can still hear the 3 of them like, oh, where y'all going? I thought you said you was driving. And she was like, well, I lied. She's like, I guess I'm not the only one that's a liar. So they was like, what you mean? We're not a liar. We're not lying. She was like, okay, well, y'all have a good night. So she puts us in the car. She gets in the front. She put me and Star in the back. Star immediately passes out. Like, immediately. I was falling asleep, but still, like, in and out of sleep. Next thing you know, we're in the Uber. He's driving. Next thing you know, all we hear is Venus, like, they're literally following us. So I'm like, what you mean? Now, mind you, Star is still slumped. Like, I can hear her snoring. So I'm like, well, she's just lit. So she was like, nah, like, I really do think y'all got drugged. Like, y'all, I really do think. I'm like, why do you think that? She was like, the color was different. She said, and the fact that they kept pressing y'all, talking about, oh, how does the drink taste? Didn't want to give us no real details about who they really knew here. Because at first, she was saying, like, she said at first they said they knew somebody that went here. And now they saying, oh, he actually lives over here. We waiting for him to be done. It was giving, y'all come to this bar to scope out women to take advantage of them. That's what it was giving, after all of the pieces, the dots were connecting. So they were following the Uber. So she's telling the Uber, like, do you know how to, and mind you, our Uber driver, he was young, and he was black. Not that that matters, but, just a fun fact. So she was like, listen, these niggas, I think they drugged two of my friends, both of my friends, and I need you to, like, lose them because that is them behind you. Y'all, all I know is before I knew it, I woke up and we were back at the house, right? So the Uber driver helped, all I remember is that the Uber driver helped get both of us inside, and Venus was calling to Jackal, and she's banging on the door, knocking on the door, because she didn't really want to go through Star's purse to get her keys. She knocking on the door. So Jackal comes down, and he's like, yo, I've been calling Star, like, what's going on? She's like, I really think they got drugged. He was like, what are you talking about? She was like, we were both, like, out of it, y'all, like, in and out. And the only reason I remember a lot of this is because this is the stuff that Venus was telling us when we, like, pretty much came to. So they get us upstairs. The Uber driver, Jackal, and Venus pretty much all had to help us upstairs, laid us out on the couch. It took maybe, like, 2-3 hours for us to, like, really wake up. And we woke up, we were mad groggy and stuff, looking around, confused. And they were just all sitting there. Obviously not the Uber driver no more, but just Venus and Jackal were standing there. And they're like, y'all okay? So he's like, here, drink this water. So they both giving us 2 bottles of water. We chugging the water. And he was like, I told y'all to go out and be safe. And we were. And Venus was like, I'm so happy that I didn't take that drink too, because we all would have been out of it. Like, I really do think, y'all, they thought that they were going to give us these drinks. And be like, okay, y'all, we lit. Like, what y'all got planned? Like, let's go out and leave out with y'all. Or your friend still live on campus? Well, let's go over there with him. And we would have passed out, and who knows what could have happened to us. I know what would have happened to us, but y'all get what I mean. Like, it was just a little too crazy. So we wake up a little bit, right? And Venus was like, Star asked Venus, she was like, well, I thought you had to get home to your son. She was like, I called my mom. My mom is just gonna, keep him or whatever. I just wanted to make sure y'all was cool because that was scary, and Jackal was worried. And we like, that's really crazy. So, y'all, Venus ended up leaving. At this point, it was maybe like 4 a.m. She ended up leaving. Jackal was like staying up with us, and he was like, well, I want to go lay down. So me and Star, we were up. He had, like I said, he had ordered the pizza. We had threw the pizza in the oven. We had ate. We was drinking mad water, and we was just looking at each other, like looking crazy, like just trying to rehash the events of the night. And we're like, what the hell? So she was like, maybe we should go get tested tomorrow. Like, maybe we should go see, like, get a tox screen or something done to see, if something really was in our system. Like, we can do a pee test or something to see if something was in our system before you go home. So I'm like, yeah, we definitely can. Like, we'll see, right? Y'all, not even like an hour or so after we was eating and chilling, both of us was throwing up profusely. Like, profusely, had fevers, was sick, like, out of it, to the point where Jackal had to call Star's mom. She came over to make sure we were good. We were just out of it. Like, it was almost like we had food poisoning. And y'all can't tell me that was just alcohol poisoning, because I told you I used to drink. And if y'all used to drink, a little bit of throwing up, some food, you be good. You might have a little bit of a hangover, but y'all, we were throwing up throughout that whole morning. And neither one of us finished throwing up until, like, she left at 4. We started throwing up around 5. I don't think we honestly stopped until the sun was up, and it was probably like 8-9 o'clock in the morning, for real. It was insane. So after that, her mom came over. She was making sure we were good. So she was like, yeah, I'm taking y'all to go get a tox screen done. So, y'all, while we go to this, like, like Medicare, or y'all know, not Medicare, what am I trying to say? Y'all know what I mean. Y'all, you got like Medi-Merge, a patient first, little stuff like that, like the emergency care. So we go there, we explain to the, the nurse practitioner or whatever that was there. So she takes both of us into like separate rooms, gets us all dressed up, give us, takes our information, and we both had to do like a urinalysis. Y'all, why, I don't remember what the name of the drug was. I'm gonna look it up, and I'm gonna put the name somewhere here on the screen. But we were definitely drugged, and it was called a date grape drug. It was known as a date grape drug. And yeah, we were drugged. And it was just crazy because we pretty much had to go on like Instagram, and we were telling people to like look out for these boys and stuff like that. And then like girls was reaching out to us saying that they had saw them at different bars and stuff on the campus, different restaurants and stuff, at different parties. And they always had like weird vibes, and they always traveled in like either a pack of 3 or a pack of 5. It was very weird and crazy. And I don't think I had ever went back to my school since. Actually, no. Nope, I'm not lying. I never went back to that school since. We never went back to the den after that. It was just like, it scared me. You know how like something happens and it kind of traumatizes you when you think about it? And y'all know when I told y'all about the he was chasing me home story time, and I told y'all I started getting hype and my heart started racing. That's how I feel right now. And I also just talk fast, so I might just be out of breath. But yeah, when I start thinking about it, it just makes me feel weird. But yeah, that was that whole crazy situation. And yeah, you know, we ended up being okay. You know, her mom took us back to the house. I chilled with her pretty much the rest of the day. I called out of work the next day and I just spent the night over there again. I told my mom what happened, and then I ended up driving home that Monday and went on with the rest of my life, and that was it. But we definitely learned our lesson from that point on. I let guys buy me drinks, not really now, but if I'm going out with my friends and stuff and the guys want to buy me a drink, I have to be like, okay, I need to stand there with you while you order it with the bartender, and I need to see the bartender make it, and I need to see the bartender give it directly to me. It cannot go through anybody else prior to. I need to see it in full form, because I've seen videos, y'all, how fast somebody could just knock something into your drink out of nowhere. Like, so yeah, y'all, be careful. It's never any age where it can't happen to you. 30, 40, 50, 21, newly 21, you know, just be careful out there, because I feel like men get crazier and crazier. And it might not always just be men. I can't even say that. It could be anybody. They could be looking to rob you. They could be looking to rob you, grape you, unalive you. It could be anything. So yeah, y'all, just stay vigilant, watch your back, you know, look out for your friends. Y'all come together, y'all leave together, the whole nine. And yeah, just stay safe. But I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. Like I said, I do have a Girl What's Tea episode 2 finally coming tomorrow. I'll get that up, you know, get this video up to y'all as soon as I can. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, repost, reshare, and I will see y'all in my next video. Peace.
Hi.